Today we're reviewing the new Quesada 40th anniversary. This is the Robusto 5x52. From the Quesada website, in their own words, the Quesada 40th anniversary is intended to capture the very essence of our company, the synthesis of tradition and innovation. This cigar is made in the Dominican, uses a San Andreas Maduro wrapper. The binder is Dominican and the filler is Dominican and Nicaraguan. These come in boxes of 20. So let's get right to it. Well, first of all, before we do, let's go through and show the density. Now, this is just a flawlessly made cigar. Has a somewhat oily wrapper, and I noticed one thing. They use the partially closed foot there. If you noticed, there's a good shot of it. See how the tobacco wraps around and partially closes. So that's interesting. Let's get right to it. This type of a cap with a nice dome makes it very easy to clip. Oh yeah, nice. See how I just took off just the very tip? Didn't take off too much. And it's just about a perfect draw. Notice this tobacco that as it burns on this partially closed foot, it will act a little differently. Well, the first flavors I'm getting are a combination of sweet cedar, cocoa, light cream, dry wood, black pepper at about a 7. It's coming across very early, at this very early stage, is somewhat medium bodied. It may go a little fuller, we'll see. So that's sort of the initial flavors. That's my first impression. So let's see where the Quesada 40th anniversary Robusto goes from here. As you can see, I'm only about a ½ inch in, plus or minus. And the sweetness has really picked up a little bit. The cedar and cocoa really have a nice sweetness to it and show signs of maybe having a little richness. The other flavors are still about the same. There seem to be some light coffee notes at the base. I'm getting light coffee notes. The finish is somewhat of a cocoa and cream mixture, light cocoa, light cream with a little sweetness, quite a bit of lingering pepper. I noticed that you can really experience the black pepper intensity much more if you retrohale. On the front end, that is quite intense that way. Some nice flavors. It's a nice flavor mix. So let's stop it there, but that's where we settled down to at about a ½ inch. So it made a few little changes, actually picked up in enjoyability. So what's next? About an inch and a half, maybe an inch and 3/4 in. And there's definitely some richness in the cedar and cocoa. You get quite a bit of the cedar, the sweet cedar, and the cocoa gives it a little bit of the cocoa flavors. There is still the dry wood notes and the coffee at the base. Everything else is about the same, but that definite richness, it's more than a little. It's about an average amount, not overly blown, but it's quite dessert-like. It gives the cigar a nice dessert-like quality. Finish is still about the same. Everything else is unchanged. But if you notice, it is burning very evenly and no problems. I'm enjoying it. Let's see where we go though from here. Well, we are down to the end, so let's wrap it up. You get a nice long smoke out of this Robusto, hour and 15 minutes, not bad at all. Here at the end, just a touch of the richness went away, but not enough to affect it. It's still nice and rich. A lot of wood notes, a lot of the sweet cedar and cocoa, a little bit of dry wood still there, so it really didn't change. Really didn't change from the very beginning, shortly after that to through the end. I would call the cigar full-bodied. It really hit that point at about the 2/3 point, I would say, and the finish is pretty much unchanged. He had nice black pepper throughout this cigar too. Coffee notes were a nice base through on the front end. Good cigar for the Quesada 40th anniversary. Very, very tasty cigar, very dessert-like, as I said in the previous segment. A lot of nice sweet notes that make it remind you or reminiscent of a nice sweet dessert. So keep that in mind, and that might be enough to get you to try these. I think it's well worth it. For me, I'm rating it a 92. It's just an excellent cigar. Well made, dense, slow burning. It has everything you want in a good cigar. So there you have it, the Quesada 40th anniversary Robusto 92.